Why do you bother me, human? I hire no blades and need no goods. Your kind thinks selfishness and want are normal. This city, all of it, leaves a bad taste.
If you despise this place, why haven't you left?
Since we arrived, I have seen nothing but greed and weakness. Dwarves, humans, elves, just festering. No order, no goal. You are one of the few I have met with any ability. And yet this too was random, a result of selfishness. I cannot fathom how a mire like this can be justified. You say we should leave, but how can you bear to stay in this chaos?
It's an interesting system, the Qunari. The idea of selfishness as a vice in and of itself reflects some sort of utopian idea like you would see from possibly Nietzsche or Marx or Engels, but it's sort of a combination of socialism, but it's not socialism. It's the idea of a universal authority, monopolized resource for a common good. Individuality is both honored and yet looked down upon. It's encouraged to have strength for your own preservation, but that self-preservation is in and of itself in the service of a higher purpose, the Qun as a whole. It's an interesting system. Sort of the idea that the infrastructure embodies the individual, yet the individual is somehow the individual is a pillar of the infrastructure, but the infrastructure is the goal. The individual must be honed so that the infrastructure as a whole must exist, but the individuality must be discouraged. It's peculiar.
My welcome to the city was not so different from yours.
And yet you suffer it.
It's an opportunity to make a real difference.
Karisten are soldiers. The Qun made it so. They can never vary from that assigned path, never be other than they are meant to be. But they are free to choose within that role, to accept and succeed, or deny and die. Glory is clear and defined. Could not this entire city benefit from that certainty? How else will you know when you have made a real difference?
This is where this is more where I don't mean to analyze his words, but I find the Qunari fascinating. It's almost this idea that a universal thought, one way of thinking, not just the infrastructure, but the thought itself, that borders much more on religious fanaticism, because that's what the Qunari is. But it's not a zealot. But it's not. The purpose isn't to generate a zealot. It's to generate a stable environment that a difference of ideas spawns. It's a heavily militarized society, which is what would put people off from it. I'm a political historian. I like these kind of things.
He's free to choose to obey. That isn't contradictory to you.
He chooses to be, as do we all, long before any of your meaningless freedoms are presented. I am not the one to educate you. I did not intend to land here. But this city may demand certainty. I suspect we are done, human.
I don't think Kirkwall would do well under military rule.
The rule of the Qun is not military. It is discipline and order.
How is that different?
To your limited understanding, it is not. You fear soldiers that arrive to remove your pitiable vices. But they do not control Qunari. The triumvirate divides and governs. One is nothing without the others.
Can you tell me about the other two parts?
No.
Then we can learn nothing.
I am no more equipped to explain than you are to understand. Arishok, Arigena, Ariqun, pillars of the Qunari, of the nation that must be. There is but one way to know these things, human. and I have yet to decide if it must be done.
How many Qunari have you lost to the Tal-Vashoth?
None.
That seems unlikely.
We lose nothing when weakness abandons the Qun. It is the Tal-Vashoth who have lost themselves.
I met an honorable one.
Doubtful.
He said he was a mercenary, not a murderer.
Then I know he made no claim to honor. When they sell themselves, little remains. He is not even dead to the Qun. He is a living insult.
You guard your powder carefully.
It is a tool that can only be allowed to exist under the ordered authority of the Qun.
It could benefit many people.
It does now. Just as swords benefit warriors, but are not given to children. Well, your children.
I love the Irish.
Farewell.
Panahedon, human.
Okay. If he says Panahedon, that means he's doesn't really, not that he likes you, but that he respects you. The Qunari is such a peculiar society. The ideas, when we look at the Qunari ideas, we tend to associate it with our own conception of a political spectrum. These terms that we use: liberalism, conservatism, socialism, fascism, militarism, federalism. But what while it embodies some similar ideas, it is in and of itself a completely separate entity. The understanding itself has to be different. It's an interesting society. It's well structured and ordered, which would be appealing, but the idea of individuality as a freedom is in and of itself not optimal. And I need to talk to this guy, don't I? Tell you what, I'll talk to him alone, just in case. I'll talk to him with Isabella, actually. So I go off on these political, philosophical tangents, in keeping with my field. I spend most of my days in the library reading old parliamentary transcripts between Scotland and England. There's only so much I can do.
There's a memory in this head waiting to be unlocked.
They say your life flashes in front of your eyes before you die.
You're not going to kill me in broad daylight. No one's that stupid.
I'm not paying for this.
Then I...
Liam leaves his office at nightfall. We could sneak in after dark, take a look at his records.
Thank you, Isabella. We'll come back at nightfall. Now we've got Isabella back. Let's bring back Aveline, and we'll bring back... No, not Varric.
Sometime.
Actually, yeah. Hold off on Isabella for now. We need a mage. Anders. Bethany hasn't been with us in a while. So, I know this hasn't been much of a Let's Play part. I don't know how the videos are going to be cut yet. This might be right at the start, it could be in the middle, or it could be right at the end of the video. I have no way of knowing at this point. I'm at about the hour and 10-minute mark, so depending upon how I cut the Qunari conversation, it may be a little... Oh, I don't know. Don't stress over it now, Liam. Life's too short. Let's do this duty quest at night. Ah, yes. Redwater Bandits. And I didn't level Bethany for some reason. Why didn't I do that? I was holding my sword there for a minute. Alright, these are the Flint Company mercenaries. Cutting through him. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. He just left the manifest sitting on the table at night, surrounded by bandits. Good business sense. Excellent business sense. Exquisite. What's that map marker for? Oh, the docks are down here. You're looking for ship manifest in the docks. What are we looking for in the docks? The ship manifest? Oh yeah, silly me. Woodrow's warehouse. Ooh, nothing ominous in this place. It's not a trap, I swear. Except it's a trap. Go down. Don't heal yourself, that's rude. Very rude to heal yourself in the middle of the fight. Probably, Bethany, probably. But we won't be listening to it. Because we already know the dangers of magic. And we do it anyway. What do we do for us? Ah, friggin' A. Knew that would happen.
This is some potent stuff.
He's selling poisons. He's being a naughty boy. I think I just triggered a trap. Ow! Like I heard the clink, I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna be good. I get the feeling my life's about to get really bad. Oh shit. Drop, damn you. Rock, I say. Assassins. Oh, he was a reaver, that's why he's so tough. Like, this guy's got a lot of physique. It's because he's a reaver. He's feeding off the vitality of those he's attacking. Oh yeah, silly me. Your healing tree's coming along pretty well. How about your elemental? Cone of Cold's always a nice one to have. Alright. That's good, we can take that quest back to what's-his-face. We'll make sure we have Isabella with us, because she'll like it when we accept that quest. Get her friendship meter rocketing upwards. And from there... So that's another quest down. And we've done the duty quests. I think we can turn in duty at the Chantry now. Yes, we can. Excellent. Another turn in ready. Way it should be. We're going to have to head down to Low Town at night. There's 2 quests down there, actually. We'll make it 3, actually, before we head there. Enemies among us. I forget what one that is. That's the brothel. We'll need to do a party swap before we do that. We'll get the way it should be. What the hell? Why did it transfer me? Oh, it did, but it brought me back to the map. I was like, that's weird. Okay. Into the barracks.
How much longer?
Turn in Aveline's quest real quick.
Not much room in the barracks. There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols. not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
Well, that went well.
A lot of yelling for doing him a favor.
We killed a band of highwaymen. What does it matter whose patrol it was? It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Duty roster.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
So there was nothing unusual about it at all?
It had been clear for weeks. It didn't get unusual until after we heard about you and Aveline. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. Satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
Yep.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
A messy way to pass information. Brennan already sent it along.
Another guard is walking into the same trap. I can't let that happen. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
Yes, more people. That'll make the patrol quiet. Anyway. Oh, you mean danger. Oh, gotcha. I already got in. Screw you. Okay, I need to turn in the thing. Isabella's not with me right now, so I don't need to do that. Go to the chantry. While we're here, let me look at my inventory real quick, see how my armor's holding up. See if I need to change anytime soon. Not by the looks of it. Still holding steady. How about my sword? Good. We're good. Need to do some selling in a minute, manage my inventory. Sebastian!
Your family can rest now. Their killers are gone.
Excuse me, who are... My post to the Chanter's board? Did Her Grace let that stay? I thought for sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Sirrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vale, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line. Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
I hope their deaths bring you peace.
Thank you. More than I can say. I truly did not expect anyone but me to take up this cause. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
4 sovereigns, a nice little bump. Sebastian will play a heavier role in Act 2, I promise. He comes along much more. We'll turn in those 2 quests in Hightown, manage our inventory, head down to Lowtown. Actually, we'll head down to Lowtown at day, do the dead drop. Then, yeah, I've got it all planned out. Alrighty, what do we got? Magistrate's gonna be pissed.
This is the only place in Hightown where the Merchant's Guild won't come looking for me.
Magistrate's pissed, of course, but the quest is done, and I can live with that. I'm not sure if that'll work or not. Grab that real quick. What we got? Nothing solid? Damn. Oh well. Good. Don't need those. Nope, nope, no. Matter, I'll do the rest of that off screen. That's not a problem.
I solved your problem.
So, what happened? One of the miners told me you rescued him from dragons. I cuffed him for lying.
Well, he wasn't. Go there and see the corpses for yourself.
But I thought they're extinct. I believe you. You made them extinct again? If it is safe, the miners can return to work.
The bone pit's hazardous at best. And if the dragons return...
I appreciate your concern for my workers' welfare. I could use someone like you to ensure their continued safety. Since you did so much more than I was expecting, how about we work together? I am offering a 50-50 share in the mine. You will make us both rich if you can keep your countrymen safe.
Making us a tool, basically.
Why would you share half your business with me?
I spent a decade honing my business instincts in Val Royeaux. I once sold a seat cushion to Empress Selene. Simply put, I have a good feeling about you. So, what do you say?
Seems like the miners could use protection. And an advocate.
So, to our first order of business. We'll replace the lost workers. I will hire new hands. Plenty of desperate Fereldans out there, but it will take some time. I need you to convince the surviving miners to return. They are holed up in Lowtown. Tell them the bone pit is safe again.
I'll see what I can do.
Sounds good. 3 sovereign war, that's good. How are we doing in terms of count, by the way? 48, we've almost got the top. In fact, a few more turn-ins and we should be set as far as that's concerned. What is but in fact, as long as we're in Hightown, we might as well find the other thing. That thing at the Blooming Rose. As long as we're here, we might as well. And who have I got with me? Yeah, should be alright. Well, actually, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. There's no party swap selection in this in here. Oh, screw it, we'll do it.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organisation, Sirrah. If you cannot pay, you will have to take your lonely self elsewhere. Is that clear? 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
I didn't talk to
I'm
you.
not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
No, seriously, I didn't talk to her. I wanted to talk to you, and it roped me into that automatically.
Do you need something, honey?
You don't work here, do you? With the customers?
You're no prize yourself, sweetheart. Is there something you want?
Yeah. Okay. Not sure how to take that, but we'll ignore it. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. How about that?
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
The Templars are the ones who want this information.
We make a lot of our money off of nervous Templars that expect some privacy.
I'll be discreet.
Let me look through the books. Wilmot, Karen... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
Okay.
That's quite the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Sure thing. And listen, you didn't hear any of this from me. We clear?
Bitch. Anyway. Oh, tell me I'm wrong.
Who's that for? Are most criminals big?
Iduna, right? Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karen?
Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
Stop playing dumb. Answer my question.
Oh, we like it rough, do we?
What could possibly go wrong?
Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawk, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
Yes. But certainly there's no harm mixing a little business and pleasure.
I'm here on business. Karen. Wilmot.
Answer one of my questions first. Who told you about little old me?
Yeah.
It was Vivica. She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.
Yeah.
Bethany, stop her.
Let go of my sister! How did you... Oh, shit. Spare me, sir.
What foul magic was that?
Blood and desire in equal measure. An art I learned from... elsewhere.
Blood magic, then?
Yes, monsieur. Please don't kill me.
You're going to answer all my questions. And if there's even a hint of magic...
Tirani put me here, to send biddable Templar recruits to the Sanctuary. 3 Spear Alley in the Undercity. I enchanted Wilmot and Karen weeks ago. But after they left these walls, I know not what came of them. Please, let me live.
It's not my fault. It was all Tarane's idea.
This base of yours, how many other mages are there? Any other defenses?
People go in and out all the time. Sometimes a handful, sometimes more. There are traps. Magical traps. There's a hidden switch at the front. It turns them off. That's all I know.
Tell me about Tirane.
She put me up to this. She said we can recreate the ancient Imperium. That mages can rule again, not serve. She says the Templars cannot hold against us if we stand up and fight.
The Templars are coming for you. No more of your tricks.
Next stop, the Sanctuary. And some answers.
Sounds good.